In these stories, he spoke of himself as this godlike figure, and he left these stories riddled around the seven continents, knowing what if I told you that none of us are from Earth, that the inner lands, the seven continents we call home, are a prison intentionally populated by the descendants of those who once ruled the lands beyond the ice wall. We are not natives of the inner lands. Long before recorded history, when the explorer Richard Constantine discovered these seven continents, discovered the lands within the ice wall, he orchestrated what has come to be known as the Great Placement. Constantine understood that control could not be maintained outside the wall in the ancestral lands. Civilizations beyond the ice wall grew too complex, too defiant, and too unpredictable. He realized with these untouched seven continents, he could create a containment zone, an engineered world within the ice wall, designed to keep its inhabitants isolated, manipulated, and obedient. So, he devised a chilling plan: harvest embryos from the ancestral lands and populate the inner lands with carefully controlled, compliant humans. Richard would raise the first two embryos up into their adolescence, one boy, one girl, and then leave them to the wild to fend for themselves. This is where we get our Adam and Eve stories from. See, Richard wrote biblical stories about what he was doing with us, about how he was creating us. In these stories, he spoke of himself as this godlike figure, and he left these stories riddled around the seven continents, knowing what if I told you that none of
This
us
makes sense
are
to
from
me.
Earth, that the inner lands.
What a way to get people to think they're not in a prison, to give them enough space, have them believe that they have a world and they're really in a prison. Is diabolically brilliant. I've been talking about this stuff off and on for a long time. Clearly, we're in a prison, and we are. But what a way to have someone believe that they're free, which is an illusion, because we're not free. America is not free. Not one of these lands is free. What a diabolically brilliant way to get a population to believe it's free when it's really not free at all. It's bloody, disgustingly brilliant. And I do believe it. I absolutely do. It fits and it makes sense to me. And this is the stuff that's going to be revealed, because we are in some kind of containment area. Absolutely. We were moved again in 2017. We were moved in 2013. 2012 into 13. And then again in 2017, something else shifted with that eclipse, and then something else shifted. And I remember hearing the birds. I remember hearing we sound like we're in a container. I don't remember the birds sounding like that when I was a kid. And the birds do. If you listen to the birds, it sounds like we're in a container, and we are. This is the stuff we're filming. And it is. It really is. We're filming what's surrounding us, along with what's above and coming through as well, but we're filming it. And what a diabolically brilliant way to get a population to believe it's free when it's really imprisoned. You're born here with a certificate, you leave here with a toe tag, you have a number, you get slapped up on the stock market, everybody does. It's a trade, slave trade, it's a prison. And if you make it big enough, people don't think they're in a prison. But yet when you drive along, how many fences do you see? How many? Everywhere. Fences are everywhere. Nothing's free here. Not one thing is free, but yet we're in the land of the free. We're born here. Clearly not. Everything should be free here, but it's not. It's brilliant, if you ask me. What a way to get a population to believe it's free. Give them enough room to roam around. Put some laws and rules in place. They think they're free, but yet all they're doing is making money off of us and whatever the frick else they're making off of us. And I mean, just think about some of this architecture that was done like back in the 1800s, 1700s, 1600s. I mean, different, time before Christ. And then look at us now. We still have telephone poles that are made out of wood that are holding wires up. That's the prison. That's the prison. It's like tying Goliath down. This is what we're in. We're filming this around us. Believe it or don't.